Ebusia asem na nya jita Calvin enya konya ebewrem ewo Ghana ha woni Odo Broni ene ne meya ene ehwibom woko DLFM ne ade ene ya blante ne birthday nenso no past 3 days ene mo celebrate ya blante ne birthday ede ema no now amanfo ka se Calvin no wono wo di no o disappointed maame ene ade a ebi nso kiremu se Calvin yusu na dwen bi na opese odi hu ba bia ne papa eniyema no enyina ayedai ewo ansamba if say be o decision bi a watimi ateki won tra Germany na afesuru wo hu se Denise ebimben Odo Broni a wono so pese hu ne yemani entenyi se ebia Calvin no eye se wo yi no maame ama voice strategic eno ena Yesu ba etimi akokodin ebie ki bi edi amaya yebeko ni akwakotie this time around Calvin use strategic bi na watimi edi ehun baby Daddy Lumba no properties no na watimi take in charge na fintu ne estate ni ade nyina no watimi take in charge na yebre ene nkrabia enenim na emum yenya konya ne nkotie Yesu ba M&B Express Logistic se wo paka efo ka ye papa latest cars nyina no eyomo aso ye ena abenya ombezi wo Canada enti ombe ship from Canada to Ghana edi amount na afenso wetimi de adada ho ne ade a enti contact M&B Express Logistic na mon starting your business bibia bedida kom edi ama yenya konya ne nkotie Yesu ba enkomo otimi de abahawa abrante no episode is strategic na otimi edi hand over and as otimi taking charge ne papa properties no klesa anasanyere Kevin ayebone so onyebone
his father if his father has businesses and he has to go there and inspect, or he's been called to come and check one or two things, he has to go. That is his father's business. Whether his mom has a stake in that business, the law court will determine that. That is the real state of affairs. But the reality of the matter is that the thing belongs to his father. And all the children there, if they are the man's children, they must have access to what belongs to him.
That's true.
And listen, let me tell you something. What if the other side, they want to use the children to broker peace? Have you thought about that angle as well?
Oh yeah, that's me whole thing. That's my whole thing. They're using the objects to play with emotions.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, people will say, oh, I remember in the beginning, I think on news Krana was show be soon and they be a cancer say the time lawyer Fati letter be a letter neighbor and think tani so no one is a Mobianco Lumba property who you see a bear critical analysis be kasa in your man. Right now I'm in no Casano as in some court. So Calvin's mom cannot just wake up one day and say I'm going to check the LFM. He won't do that. She won't do that. Because baby and Yome Druno, that window for her to do that, unless you don't agree with me.
But why is the other lady able to do that though?
The other lady is able to do that because automatically she was already resident within those facilities.
Oh, you mean the house, the house? Oh yeah.
She was already, all the things we are talking about. Number one, the lady was already in the house. It's not that she came into the house. It's not that she accessed the house when you access to the house when Lumba died. She has always been a part or she has always been resident there. So one call access it. No other. And the ruler, Saru no entimi affecting us. Their own timi nyani say own timi nyanyo maybe. But baby originally or as a woo fee. Uti papa fee no who die of fee or who die no room 4. Now papa who near castle a dinosaur room a 20 bedroom house. But who die a room 4? Unya no muso bia ni room number. A cat dine by 20. and not 10. Now, lawyer Becca said nobody should access any facility until they have settled all legal matters. So I said, now lawyer Nina Becca, ne affect too. I said, no Becca, any chest said 2 free wood and room 4 ni there be order. So you'll be there. Me, when my dad passed, my younger siblings were already living resident with him. I had moved out and living elsewhere by myself. So any rule that came, didn't affect my siblings, but it affected me because I was already outside the house. And I didn't even push it. In the end, and I'm the eldest son. And that's what I'm saying.
I get your point. I didn't expect her to move out of the house or anything.
Listen, at the end of the day, that statement that was made was wrong. And it all came by the lawyers. They made that statement. And that statement they made, caused the other woman to go to court. And the issue is in court. So we have to wait till the legal process has ended and given a determination or a verdict. Then we will know whether the other woman, the eldest woman, has rights to go there or not.
But Chosen, I have a question. Where I'm confused is that when they went to court, they were told that they were both wives. And that letter that the lawyer had sent to them was before they went to court and before they were both pronounced as wives. And when they went to court, nobody was stopped from accessing per the judgment from accessing Lumba's properties. And like we've already known, said there's no will. So even the lawyers trying to say that they are protecting Daddy Lumba's properties, it makes no sense to me, right? And if they are both wives,
you are so right. I don't want you to, you see, all the emotions.
Emotion. My shaky or mudadado.
The reason I'm saying is listen, there's no will. We are proving that online. There are so many things in that letter that were not true, which we all know now that they are not true. Based on Oman Kasomu Kasa P bar bunting later. But what am I saying, Mizi? How does that affect the state of affairs? The issue is already in court. You can't say we should go back to that time because will in your the eldest one has already.
Need I make one point?
We are talking about present tense.
This is a point I wish to step in a bit, Yusuba. Time for the fantastic analysis. But let me attempt to flip the coin a little bit. Let me attempt to flip the coin a little bit. You see that, say, critically, between ladies A and B, the women A and B, one of them has fully relied on the optics from day one before Daddy Lumba's death. So we're critically, because seeing in public with Lumba all the time, Lumba introducing her to people all the time, came to give flesh to the case when the matter went to court. In the Usha, the optics may not have, ideally, the optics shouldn't be having any effect on the matter that is before the court. But you see, because of what they know, you see, if you look at the case critically, you see that almost all the time they play on the optics. The optics, in a sense that at some point, frame wakuma, at some point, we frame ne mame. At some point, I was seen and heard everywhere with the man. Akwaba bedroom baby. Then you see Tupac also trying to play into the optics because they know they have a way to get the optics to convince the court. That is where I have my danger. But he asks a very sensible question and it settles the matter at some point. Because me, I don't want to downplay the impact of the optics as they attempt to play it. Because, look, I am very critical of what I see in videos and in sound. For somebody, you and I used to buy, or any of the ladies on this platform, say me te sachet water ano, na she me num na me yikura. Now, any of the ladies around us feels comfortable to suck from the same sack. It is not just optics. Somebody is communicating. And that communication, it is really meant for something. But the question that you asked, I'm here so happy with, has to do with say, the net effect on the matter that is before the court. I also wanted to ask this question. Sir, can we convince ourselves? Sir, Ajapadiano kura se mani nyina kura ye ma obia ye chama mano enkwara no obia gine de onfa nkono maame ho. Can we convince ourselves say if you obi gine de no de be kono maame ho a be ma panyin no gine de a obe form alliance with Lady B and Lady A? So if that thing can be answered by one of the women, say me baninsa Canada ebebefi ana mehani sumaya is likely to form alliance with, because you see, sometimes company majority shares any other account and tina me, I don't want to joke with the optics that I'm seeing. People who feel worried are worried because in the past, among who you see optics, yeah, no, you know, majority of the people who support Lady B, if you listen, she has been seen all over with the late music star, and that it is an affirmation to some of them that was cementing who in the eyes of the people, and the people feel that completely oire. And at some point, people don't even want to even hear you talk about Lady A because she has not been seen around. And that is why the optics is very, very critical at this point.
No, it's not.
I think that I think
do you know why? I think that the optics
I'm concluding. I am concluding.
Already, they have the optics.
I am concluding.
There. It is now that you are seeing camera. Because
I am concluding. I am concluding. I want to conclude by saying, be that as it may, you know, I know that they rely on the optics to convince, because they clearly believe that if they play the optics and it's quite clear, perhaps they're able to make a case in court or for whatever strange reasons that they believe in, it may help their case in court. That's if you look at it critically, that is what, because they seem to be investing so much in the optics. And you see, for somebody to be investing much in the optics, you see, it brings a question back. When Lady A came, we didn't see the sun. But when Lady B is around the sun came for a purpose, and the purpose will ensure that the father's business is intact. Yeah, I know you and I know that. You and I know that. You and I know that he has a timetable of visitation. There are certain times that he will visit Ghana and go.
No. Always listen. I will ask you just one question. Can you use optics to share property?
No, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, hold on.
Yes, hold on. Optics play a big role.
Can we use in Ghana's law?
Hold on. Oh, maybe you didn't. No. Maybe you didn't listen. You were not following me well. The point I'm making, the question you're asking doesn't come in. The point I'm making is that they seem to believe in something that makes them invest in the optics. That
maybe you'll be answering, but yes, Suba. People come to talk about your character in the society.
Investing in the optics.
USSC, you know. So optics ni na no. You have a character.
You can.
Easy.
Because
What we lack sometimes is patience to dissect issues before we make a conclusive determination and presume that the conclusive determination we've made is what is going to be the end game of that issue. And
I don't think you're making conclusion. We are just saying we are assuming.
No, wait. From the onset, we've made this mistake from the offset up until now. Listen, when you go to court, presumptions don't give verdicts in court. In court, it's about facts. It's about what a defendant was saying, what a plaintiff was saying, what a witness said, and how
the judge otherwise in Ghana's court.
Yes, but at this point, I disagree totally with you. I disagree.
Allow me. I want you to understand that in court, we don't use presumption. In court, it's about facts, unless you don't know law. It's about facts. You are a thief, evidence to the thievery. You said this, evidence to what you said. It's about that. Then the judge is supposed to piece all of those information together to give a verdict. The judge can give a verdict that is not true or that does not truly satisfy the witness statements or the issues that were brought to court. That is why they created the appellate court. And if you go to the appellate court, go and check the record there. Every day, yes, it's a verdict. Because when you say, or does any etini ebetinasi, so a judge. Now we're boy sem senia and says so buano. Na semna achia. And nothing no create appellate court.
Yes, Uba.
Yes, Ghana, rich came ba, Mamilande. Yet Ghana, and a lawyer ni betina see what radio station or can say, you were judging for be crana or shall say Musi. Or baby, a document now he say Musi. Now we won't say, a semna, oh hemuno. Kwadwo ne di for Kwame Dibem. No idea semna ma Kwadwo. No a catcher Kwame so call for appeal. Kwame call for appeal. On say la nini ka say judge ne di ma Kwadwo be cheska. Choju wa ha no ne Kwame said in commo so call for appeal. Kwame call for appeal and no asanji wara. If a lawyer can come and sit on radio to explain things like this, you should know the kind of judicial system. Any microphobia, maybe. These things have happened to people. They are realities we know about. And nothing amano. Verdict a man will court no. See and warreno when to improve the ordinance marriage. And nothing no. No married. Man no or worry for according to traditional law. And nothing I want to no. Because that has been the agenda of the defendants to make sure say omuina ebe frank to macro and so be to my board obi to my so chombi obi akunya e obi di ani. That is why the woman is now in court. Otiasie and I be munamo appeal ni maso appeal na che appeal ni ese. And yes, I did be an editor abonti. Mumanya butre na ye say ye di enu hu bibina na everybody has fled no obi anxiety kosoro no obi debi. It's not all the time. Optics now I'm giving you my angle of those optics. Say Sakadani and papa ba bema penia. Indeed, he must be in the helm of affairs of his father's estate. In as much as the court has not given the verdict or whatever needs to be done, no envy, you know. And no chese was so no, or Jan baby no ye in Shehaina, a whole war, and be ye, Diomope, Debbie. So see him there, the optics may be twisted to look like something else. But when you look at the real issues now, the guy going there is the most important thing. Say, he must know what is happening in his father's business. So baby love nyabutre. O rich ke krabe kasansa. So omukoye no mukoje account ni books man. Enu ye. You were not there. So mukoye no mukoma boy enu ni nuano. Omukoma omu document any account of insure maton from day one almost started some running business. Now how will you know? A very big presumption. Don't jump. In this game of war or this tag of war, it is about evidence. Who need evidence? I remember Kasau the best I was saying. Wamu rera a dining era kura and an ayaka videos now wash. Video na try and the bibe to abonti and Fabiamba. Say Omudi show no more year rapper, no more yes in a coffee machine, be mune piano, a coffee no anumbi. Omunu musio kra passe momo. Omuye jumana obey inti de how no any say. Omu call mu papa jumamun. Oba kitwano edini sani na momo yi. That is what you are more worried about. No. Guy no Calvin then obeting aye. I just a court my determination. I just do. You heard him on radio when he was asked about the one. You see, there's no peace. Peace, you know, I bet you go 1 year. And if you must your more turn to my chrome, mu ye, chrome, mutuminye ye, na ya can't to my bear 4. Near can't to my bear 4. Mammy way, if your papa now are in bar 4. Mammy way, ni man be can't to my mom. Now we can't to my mom. Now we can't to my mom. Now we a year back, quasi. A see fears but when no one say you have to understand say the same thing. Obia be there obeflis be benefiting. And that's not the end of the game. Eye ntokana woko. Ena who you so strategy obi so using the hwene de no. Na hwe de woman e affect you. Na your homework here asa. But in this particular issue, I don't see anything wrong with those children going to their father's facilities. And I don't bring the mother in because the court has not given the final verdict. And when the court eventually does, or finally gives that verdict now, Obiabe huni piuto emwahuma bebia eda. Obiabe huni ne position. Ultimately, because I don't know, we are not in court because somebody is not talking to somebody. We are in court because somebody says somebody is not it's not a wife. It's not an legally married to like by ordinance. We are not in court because somebody has not taken picture with his mother, but he's taking videos with another person. That's not why we are in court. We are in court because a man has died and he has left an estate, and the estate must go to people. And if truly the elderly wife suffered with the man, according to our laws, her portion cannot go with Obiantiminji Obapenino ni chefa I wa deal property Obiantiminji by law Obiantiminji Nyametia Yadifa a form crana also called Bodia would you cosunsum, we are si bosom sunny than the crana. Dear Yama many dianqua, the Obiantiminjin finisher. What is it? Intina was seeing your botre. Because boy, no. Cecia, Yeka say, she no beats me. I want to be fat or back it to an uncle. And I want to miss you and Nini Mammy Cocoon. The Obani say, also your wise. No make sure say Bibia Bede because it's your no better than a busha penny. Automatically, no. Ni papa, Emma no responsibility are A be on you ready for. A be so now he has been trained and he's ready. What is it? Our problem rather should be how all of these things you are talking about will come to reality? Will the judges do right this time around? Will the verdicts and other things that are being said, will it work this time around? Will adjudicate the court processes, evidence is a oba peninu enya no dibano ni na beba witness statement aye de beko no ni na betom aye omani na ye de akọ sene wo so moye no. These are the things you should be thinking about. And no be video. It is the list of the problems you should even think about. And if we even use the laws in this country, that's a new Juma. International court war. International court war. And remember, Lumba didn't die Ghanaian. He died a German in Ghana because of the domicile. So let's not jam the gun. And I remember what Adrian say, Obiti bibiun diun sika. Abra asemo court. And I onya account in Mobi. And as I said, no mokika one thing time be soon your mamuka in Nehunia. The moment a verdict bebano, Sanyo Manina, they will find it. Yebe ram ranimu. You can be sued. Yebe determinations. You have to prove when the business started. How much of your shonu na kwabo yebe audito? Then we are soon him saying nyame na de. When him saying people ni NDC ye nipa kro and the yeduma mom ko ministries na kohwe. Nipa kro na yeduma mom. And so people ba o man eto ka krebi na ebesesa ombesesa de ote director no masesa board chairman workers na ye adwuma ne de omo na wo enti wo no woni nkrofo ye adwuma oba woni momakomam me catch you say all the companies there, the number of people that love Obaketoano ebi wo ho mo so do oba penini sanya me be sheda mo makoye adwuma wo ye hu da at the right time ye pay the proper account of what goes on there ni na BP. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from experience. Sometimes I will made and I will strongest nightmare, biggest nightmare we meet. Sometimes I will watch man. It's a juma no mo ye wo no obi wo ho no ofa abobo ya diko distribution nyame sheda de ne ba ho for accountability. Obi hu de ekoso nyina emre ni do a obeba be witness. Uni nyame won. Oni nyame be di agro. Wo ye nipa. Wo ye di anua bo. Awu abekọ anuam. Oni nyame be ye den. It's we should rise above optics and how does this optics affect the ordinance marriage issue in court? How does it affect it? How does it even affect the injunction case in court, celebration of life? How does this optics we are talking about, so how does it affect the distribution or the administration of the man's estate? Unless you don't know Ghana's law. The only thing this optics will do is it will engineer narratives and conversations online.
Tension, create tension.
And create tension. Now, will be because we're not pay.
Which doesn't bring peace.
No problem. But it is you. It is your choice.
No, they always say that they want peace, but these things are not bringing peace.
Because I know my left from my right. I understand the law. Me kind law no.